Sunshine State. Ha. One of them boys still boating in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get cake and stop hating is the motto of the state. Ha. A lot of fakes, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South, raised in the South. A Dade County nigga that was made in the South.
What's good, everybody? CANEVILLE, Footballville, back in the building, man. Prediction show for them people up in Ohio. I'm not calling them Miami because I don't respect them as such. We got X in the building, we got KB, we got Rich, of course, we got Streeter. We're gonna get some predictions, man. We're gonna talk some stats, something light, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all watching and joining in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Don't be a hater, man. Liking the video is free. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, we're going to get into it. X, what's going on?
What's good? Football season is back, baby. We here.
Yes, sir. Rich, how you living, man? What's going on?
Man, I'm living a dream. It's football season. It's time to go. We bite.
Absolutely, man. Wife, you going to be in the chat?
You know how that is.
KB, how you living, man?
I'm living good, fellas. Living good. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Street, what's the word?
What's going on, man? Wear this hoodie every night, every show we do.
I know you
last
hot.
game.
I know you hot.
Hey, ladies, if you ain't no football fan, please leave us fellas alone for 4 months. Give us 4 months out the year. Leave us alone, please.
Facts. And if you one of them jackasses that schedule your wedding during football season on the weekend, you need to be slammed in your neck. I'm just saying, man. It's all love.
The background we're going with, dog. I thought we had a cooler background in this, dog. This is what we doing?
All right, we straight want to make it look pretty. We're gonna make it look pretty, man.
Make it look pretty. Maybe want to make it look ugly. Maybe want to make it look ugly.
The rings look pretty. I know that much.
They ain't got dust on them. What, 1963, 1943,
That's tough.
leather helmets.
But they say diamonds are forever. Don't even matter.
Yeah,
Man, Cam Newton said he never got his ring from that Florida championship.
they probably took the price of it from
That's because they had
the laptop.
that laptop. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Man,
that
that
ain't
man
gonna cost you about the price of a Apple laptop. You don't need that back. But anywho, we here to talk about Cam Newton, man. We here to talk about these Canes, man. First things first, man. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna go far. My right, probably y'all left. I don't know, but KB, man, we're out the gate with it, man. What you got for game prediction, score prediction with these people from Ohio?
Score predictions with the Real College of Ohio. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it. I really don't like doing this, but I'm gonna roll it because if they do anything different, I'm gonna be highly upset. And y'all know I'm trying to stop cussing. So I'm gonna roll 45-17. I'm gonna roll 45-17. I'm gonna roll 45-17. I need Tyler out by the end of the third quarter.
45-17 Kings.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Street, what you looking at for a score?
I say, man, I think our defense played lights out. I think our defense behind Guthrie is going to come out there with a lot of excitement, a lot of they're going to have fun playing this year. The offense is what I think is going to have to gel together. So I'll say, man, 28-6, 35-6, 35-6. Let's say 35-6.
35-6. And mind you, I'm committing this to So when we talk about it next week, like, hey man, that boy Street was dead on, man. He must pay the bookie, man. What we know, what he know. Rich, man. What you looking at for these score prediction, man?
Man, I'm gonna flip the field on Streeter here, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them about 10 points, 10 to I'm thinking 10 to 12, but I'm gonna stick with 10. So they're gonna score a touchdown and a field goal in garbage time. But on offense, I think we're gonna have some players emerge at wide receiver like we want them to. And remember, it only takes one or two big plays, and you'll get in the end zone. So I think we're gonna see a couple of receivers step up, and because of that, we're gonna put uh, two touchdowns on the board. I think we're gonna also have a running back break a big run. It's either gonna be AJ Allen or Cheney, and I believe we're also gonna get a score from Fletcher. So I think the offense will do well. I'm thinking we're gonna be around 42. So we'll score at least 6 touchdowns. TVD will be out by I'd say mid third quarter, and we might see a sighting of either Emery or Jacurry, um, or maybe both. So we'll see.
So we calling
We'll
it
call it
42-10?
Jakemery.
Say it again.
You calling it 42-10?
42-10.
42-10.
Jacurry. What is that all about?
Jakemery. As both of them gonna get some playing time.
All right, X man. Last but not least, how you feeling? What's the score prediction looking like for you?
Man, I said in the space earlier, 56-6, and I'm sticking with it.
56-6. Shout out to the space. Shout out to everybody. Pull up to the
I'm
space.
sticking with it, man. That team we playing from Ohio, they don't have nothing. Nothing. We just said, you think our defense is gonna play lights out? I think you could probably get maybe a touchdown from the defense, maybe a touchdown out of special teams, and the offense is gonna move that ball up and down the field and get in the end zone. So I'm sticking with 56-6. I don't even want to give them 6 points, man, but I'm gonna give them two field goals.
Okay. I guess for me, I feel a 50 burger in the works. Definitely. I don't know about 56. I got him at 52. I'll call it 52-14. 52-14. I think we sub a lot of people. I think a lot of young guys get snaps. No offense to them, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think Gabber has seen a defense like this, defensive fronts with this many question marks that he's not looking at. And the crazy thing, but this might be controversial, but the crazy thing about it is I think this is actually going to be the start of a dominant defense, like a defense that's going to end up probably finishing at worst top 30 in NCAA. So hopefully these dudes don't make me eat my words, but that's what I got, 52-14. So with that said, let's go ahead and move into what we all want to see from the offense, from the defense. Game one, obviously, our score predictions are a little bit lofty, but kind of just breaking down what you want to see from each unit, offense, defense. We're not going to go too much into positions per se, but just from a generalized standpoint, what do you want to see? We'll start with X.
I want to see the defense tackle. The entire defense make tackles, open field tackles, not too many missed tackles. I want to see the receivers get separation from the defensive backs. I want to see TVD. I guess you could say throw the receiver open or throw the player open. It don't always have to be a contested pass. Throw the receiver open. And I want to see how dominant, the offensive line is going to be. Because there's been talks about, we've gotten bigger, faster, and stronger there. Let's see. If Coach Mario and Coach Marbon um, are the offensive line guys that we think they could be, or that everybody keeps saying.
That's what's up, Rich. What you got? What do you want to see from the offense and defense?
So from the offense and defense, it is going to start in the trenches for me. So I definitely want to see improvement when it comes to our O line and D line. They should push these guys around. Uh, no, I mean they should push them around. It's we're big boy football. They're not. It is what it is. But I also want to see within that group our guys a lot of subs. So I want to see some of the second team play. I want to see the third string play to see what we really got from the receivers. I want to see them catch the football. Last year was very disappointing. It wasn't all their fault. We had a wide receiver coach as a offensive coordinator, so it wasn't their fault. But this year, uh, last year's behind them, and I want to see them catch the ball. So whether it's a contested throw and catch, or it's wide open, I want to see them catch the football. If you want to establish yourself as wide receiver number one, because in my opinion there are no starters. So I want to see some people emerge as guys who want to be starters going forward throughout the season.
Hey, Rich, you sure that guy was an offensive coordinator? You sure he was
Well,
offensive?
we know he wanted a
Or was
receivers
it the
coach, so he had to be something.
In title only. In title only.
right?
That man
Or
came
was
and
it the
got
redhead kid?
whoever it was. They got some free checks, man.
Right.
Hey. Streeter, you sleep over there? What you doing, man? What you got, man? We trying to see what this offense defense looking like. What you got? You muted, dog.
Mine is simple. I want to see TVD be the advantage that he should be for us. I need him to start off big and put some fear in some teams' eyes.
What the hell am I answering?
TVD is. I mean, no, listen. He should have been advantage in Texas A&M game last year, and once again he's back. He's a veteran quarterback. Like he should be the advantage that we have. Period. I mean, so yeah, that's what I want to see on offense. It all kind of starts with him, and on defense, I would like to see the defense swarm around like play fast. I don't care if they make mistakes. I want to see them play fast, get in the backfield, get upfield, and tackle. That's it. That's what I want to see from the defense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, last but not least, KB. What you looking forward to for that offense and defense?
Me personally, for me, everything comes down to schematics. I want to see if you putting these guys in position to succeed. It's just that simple. It's players play, coaches coach. If you can get the guys to do the right things or set them up so they can do the right things, I think they'll fulfill that promise that they have. So I want to see our offense, like the boys like to say, I want to see us go blur. I want to see the running game. I want to see the linemen doing traps. I want to see the linemen pulling. On defense, it's the same thing. I want to see some exotic blitzes. I want to see the house coming. I want to see different packages, different matchups. I want to see what these coaches have been doing all off season. To me, that's a lot more important than these guys because these guys can't step up if they're not in a position of strength. So I think if you do that, everything will fall into place. So that's all I'm looking for is what kind of coaching advantage, how much stronger are we than those coaches up there at that Ohio school?
I absolutely agree. For me, Street kind of ran my parade a little bit, but same thing. If TVD is what everybody's telling me he is, and every time we hear about TVD last year, they'll talk about that for 4 seconds and then proceed to in 2021 he was and tell me about all these great things he did last 6 games of the season. I get that. Quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing about that. If he's that person, if that's who he is, show me. Like that's all I care about. Yes, it's
You mean as far as for the full season, or you just talk about for the game on Friday?
that's it. Got the season start from there. Like that's the first game.
I
Like
was going to say we can't grade them on the team from Ohio. It's like
oh yeah, nah. But
goes
I'm
out there
saying
and got 400 yards. Like, are we going to say, oh, TBD for Heisman? Or are we going to say, well,
no,
shit?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I just want to see him look like himself. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hear a bunch of excuses. Oh, well, his hand might be hurt. Oh, his thumb. Like I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like if you dogs are dogs. Like regardless, we all done seen or played with somebody like they hurt, but they still out there getting after it. You know, like period. You know what I'm saying? We always love referring back to the. Don't ask me if I'm all right, dog. Hell no, I'm not all right. Joaquin said dominate. Every I'm pretty sure had what a separated shoulder that game, still balling. Like I don't want to hear all that. Yes, comparing apples to oranges. He's a DB, Tyler's a quarterback, but at the same time, like you had a whole off season. We heard all this high praise. Oh yeah, Tyler's like I want to see you out there go out there and get it done. Like it's really that simple. I know everybody else like ain't no the offensive line is trash and that. Like I'm not trying to hear none of that. Like go out there, make the throws, lead the team, win the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Defense, I feel like defense. I don't even feel like I got to harp on defense. I feel like a lot of teams are not expecting the type of defense that they're gonna bring. I think a lot of people underestimate Gidry because where he's been and he hasn't had a big time Power Five offer. We seen last year was a shining example, and I don't want to harp on old stuff, but that dude went into South Bend, Indiana, with a Marshall team, and put it on that a first year head coach, you know what I'm saying, in Marcus Freeman, and they dominated, you know what I'm saying, and that's all I want to see. Like this isn't the same level of competition per se, but you got what I think we put in the group meet today, the 12th most talented roster in America, and that's before we picked up a defensive tackle from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I want to see him take those guys. We talked about it on the live show. You got a myriad of dudes you can plug and play. They got them playing cross positions. You give the offense something to guess about and think about. Go out there and dominate and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, I'm gonna switch up the order so we ain't going back and forth. Street. Let's go with some stat predictions.
Talk to me.
Overall, what would you call a successful year as far as offensive stat predictions?
A successful year as far as offensive stat predictions, like what would I want to see the team?
Yeah, like when we talk about like this X amount of yards would be a successful year to me, X amount of touchdowns, so on and so forth.
So you
Let's break it down like this.
overall total yardage and like
Yeah, overall total yardage.
total yardage and points per game.
Yeah, let's do that.
And with
Overall total yardage and points per game, what would be a successful season to you? Despite the record. The record will work itself out. Despite the record. Overall yardage, overall touchdowns, points per game, what would be successful to you?
That's something I've never really thought about. So I guess if you looked at last year, which I guess you can last year offense, you can't do no worse than last year offense, right?
Right.
You can't get no worse than that. That's something. That's something I've never thought about, bro. Like I guess I could go. That's something I've never thought about. You got to come back to me on that one.
Just say like,
Let me
okay,
tackle it. I'll tackle it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a KB. That's the offensive guru. So KB, what you
So
got?
for me, there's important stats that I want to see when I look back at the end of the year. And like Streeter said, how terrible last year was. I think it could have been better if there were certain things we were better at. We were terrible at takeaways. I want to see that number increase and not just Cam. I told you guys, Gilbert Frierson finished. Gilbert Frierson stopped playing in what, game 4? He finished like third on the team in interceptions with like 3 or something like that, 2 or 3. It was something weird. And he was banished by game 4 for whatever stupid reason. That on the defense side of the ball, we got to get back to takeaways. If you're going to play a fast and X, I know you can back me up on this, but if you're going to play fast, aggressive, and attacking, it's not effective if you don't come away with takeaways. It's not. If you don't come away with takeaways and I would say, tackles in the backfield and those type of things, you have to be high up there. And we did pretty good last year with our front seven. On the offensive side of the ball, I need to see touchdowns. I need to see our time of possession be on the right side of everything, but I need to see touchdowns. For as putrid as our offense looked at times, especially Texas A&M, we just couldn't score. We out possessed them. We out yardage wise. We outplayed them, and we could not put the ball into the end zone. So for me, those are the two main stats. I need to see touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball, and I need to see takeaways on the defensive side of the ball. Those are the things that's going to match our personnel.
I'll throw some stats, Joe.
Yeah, let me jump into the overall stats where you want to have a successful season.
Hold on, X, before you get there, I want to make sure I want to highlight our two new coordinators and what we're embracing and bringing in. All right, so real quick, 2022, the Thundering Herd from Marshall, Lance Gidgey's offense, finished the season ranked 6th in scoring defense. They allowed 16 points a game. They led. And in passes intercept, they had 18 picks in 2022. They were 8th in total defense. They allowed 294.5 yards a game. They were 9th in first down defense. They only allowed 200 in the entire season. 12th in defensive touchdowns. They had 3. 16th in team sacks. They had 2.92 a game. 19th in red zone defense, 76.7. And 22nd in tackles for loss. They averaged 6.9 losses a game, and they had 11 fumbles recovered. They had 2 guys all conference, 2 guys first team all conference, which is the Sun Belt. I mean, I ain't saying much. It's a G5, but 4 on all conference on his tutelage. On offense with Shannon Dawson. In 2022, Clayton Tune. Well, okay, I'll put it like this. In the entire time he was at Houston as quarterbacks coach, his quarterbacks threw 87 touchdown passes, which is 13th nationally for that time frame. 65% completion percentage, which is 19th nationally. 10,008 passing yards, which is 21st nationally. Clayton Tune set records at Houston. He set the American Athletic Conference single season passing touchdown record, which was for 40. He was first team all conference. He ranked 3rd nationally in passing touchdowns, 3rd in total offense, and 5th in passing yard per game. Total offense, 355 yards and 313 yards passing a game. And Clayton Tune was actually the leading rusher on Houston, not their running backs. So I don't expect TVD to be no Clayton Tune. I'm going to be honest with you. But with that knowledge now, X, go ahead and enlighten us on what you want to see.
So for a successful offense, overall total yardage, I would say you have to become between 5 and 5,500 yards total offense. That's basically saying your quarterback is doing at least 3,000 plus yards, and then your running game is getting 2,000 plus yards.
Which would be by committee.
Yeah, which would be by committee. So if you have an overall total of like 5 to 5,500, you're having a very successful season. But then that means you got to score points. So you got to average 35 plus points also. That's a successful season right there offensively. Defensively, you just said Gilgy just gave up 16 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Us being in the Power 5 ACC, I would say I'll look at that number and say, give up no more than 21 points per game. Maybe no more than 325 yards per game, and you'll have a successful defense. Definitely got to at least get 20 to 25 takeovers. I mean, turnovers. That's picks, interceptions, and fumble recoveries. That's a successful offense and successful defense right now.
All right, Rich, copying X. What you got?
overall, I would say that it starts with TVD on offense. Um, you got a lot of weapons this year. There's no clear cut alpha dog, if you will, at receiver, but you have a lot of weapons. So with that being said, if you spread the ball out where your top 5 guys are getting, on average, let's say they're hitting 500 yards for the season. That's 2,500 yards right there. So that's half of what X was talking about. If we have a running game by committee that is about 1,600 yards, I'll be happy with that as well. So that you combine those two, that's 4,000 yards. Um, then of course, you have the instances where TVD may not be in the lineup. So that's where I make up the 5,000. But the biggest thing for me is, every game that game, no matter how tough that the schedule is, you got to score at least 5 tubs a game. That's 35 points. Because it doesn't make sense to have all those yards and you can't score worth a lick. So that's what I'm thinking on offense. Defense, the biggest thing for me is I want to see the younger guys get in the game because they've earned the right to get in the game. So, meaning your guys that are deemed as starters, the Mezzadors of the world, Najee Kelly, who's going to be a starter, Leonard Taylor, those guys are really, really eating to the point where you do have guys subbing in. Because I would like to see a guy like Ruben Bain challenge for Offensive Rookie of the Year, or I'm sorry, Defensive Rookie
I'm
of
about
the
to say
Year in this
offense.
position.
What? We're playing tight end?
So I would love to see him challenge for that because he deserves it, and it also would help us along the recruiting trail as well.
All right, Street. Here's what we'll do.
What's that?
Because we already kind of covered. We ain't trying to beat this dead horse, right? We covered overall yards. But give me a number, passing yards a game, TVD. What would be successful to you if you pass for X amount of yards per game?
If TVD averaged, 220 a game, I guess.
220?
How much?
Yeah.
220?
220 a game.
Hold on. Let him cook. Because that would mean what? What would the running backs be averaging?
Because I think we finna line up and run the ball. We already done put the goddamn tight end in the game. We ain't finna go out for no passes. I think Mario focused on the offensive line. I think we finna line up and we got all these running backs. And I think we finna run the ball and let TVD manage it. So if he averaged about 220, I'd be good with that.
So you really think Mario finna line up and just run this ball when he got this all world once in a lifetime, well, not once in a lifetime receiver, but receiver that's once in a generation sitting in his backyard watching?
Who?
Oh, he's talking about Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Oh, you think this season finna be geared around Jeremiah?
No, I'm not saying it's geared around Jeremiah, but I'm saying
man, Jeremiah is a wide receiver in this recruiting thing, dog. Like,
it's geared around him wanting to get Jeremiah, meaning he's going to allow TVD to throw that ball.
I don't think. Hell no. I don't think the game plan is finna be around nothing Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm saying it's for you. In order for you to get those type of recruits, even keep the ones we got. We got JoJo and Chance. You got to throw that ball. If you're not throwing that ball, those guys not coming.
So if TVD averaged 220 yards a game, right? I mean, we not throwing the ball.
Well, when he was going on that tear, he was averaging 300 and throwing.
Yeah, he was going off.
Yeah, so if he averaged 220, he only has 2,600 yards and 40 yards. 2,600 40 yards passing this season.
Wasn't that his stats last year?
Well, his stats last year was what, 18? Because remember he missed a couple games. That was basically his stats the year before, and he missed. He
didn't like 16 or something like that.
He didn't play 4 games, so
I don't think he's gonna play this whole season either. just my assessment. Jordan Travis threw for 3,200 yards yards last year.
And played a full season.
What did he run for? He probably ran for a shit ton of yards.
He rushed for uh
Well, his running back was decent
400
too.
yards.
Yeah, his running backs was good too. They do from
He rushed for 400 yards. Now he was fourth on the team in rushing.
Yeah, he had a decent stable of backs over there too.
TVD threw for 1,800 yards last year.
And then he threw for what, 10-6, something like that. 10
So
touchdowns.
just take that number up to at least I mean an average of 250 per game. that's probably the average in college football. 250, 220 is real low.
I'm saying 220. Hold me to it.
Yeah, I'm holding to it.
Okay, so that means our running backs going crazy then.
I think so. I think we about to line up and run the ball. I think he put all his effort into the offensive line. The whole offensive line is totally different. I do. I think we're gonna line up and run the ball. I think we're gonna run the pass.
If that ends up being it, I ain't gonna hold you. If he just got to throw for 220, and we run the ball down whoever we want to throw, this team could be winning double-digit games. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not making no record with it. I'm just saying if those things happen, the focus that we done in the off season, the guys we got in the transfer portal, the recruits that we brought in. If TVD only got to average 220 a game and we running on whoever we want, this is a double-digit win team.
You think they dying to put the ball in TVD hands?
I mean, they are trying to get him to the NFL.
I don't think.
I don't think they dying to get him in the NFL either. I think they're trying to get off that 5-7 snide, dog.
Yeah,
on a 5-7 team, dog.
I think they're just trying to show improvement and show that he's a serviceable quarterback. But I think that I don't think his goals. I don't think his goals
10 touchdowns last year and 5 interceptions.
Yeah, I don't think his goal necessarily is pushing towards that. But we lost KB. Anywho, we'll keep it pushing.
That man threw 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions last year, dog.
Yeah, I said 10-6, so I was close. But yeah, we'll see. Let's go. Rich, go ahead and tell me who you think your offensive MVP is going to be. You muted, Rich.
My bad. I thought I was unmuted this whole time. Offensively, if I went with an offensive MVP, it has to be TVD because it starts and ends with him. I am looking forward to, once again, a rookie. I'm looking for Ray to crack first team freshman All-American. So I think that'll be dope. So I gave you 2 choices when you asked for one.
So go ahead and say it one more time. I'll then KB back in. Offensive
TVD. TVD is the offensive MVP of the Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see Ray be first team rookie All-American.
Okay. And then who you got for a defensive MVP?
Defensive MVP, I'm going to go with James Williams.
Okay. Touche. KB, you just popped out. You came back in. Who's your offensive MVP?
Damn, I was gonna pick TVD, but Street saying he throwing for 220. I don't know if I can stay there. Offensive MVP, I think I'm gonna slide with. I'm gonna go with Kobe Young. I'm gonna go with Kobe Young for offensive MVP. Defensive MVP is going to be. It's too easy to pick Cam, so I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna go with what's the brother? Francisco
Malgo. Kiko.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kiko. What is it? And what is it? My all freshman guy or whatever.
Sure, you can do that.
That's it. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think. Do we have any freshmen starting besides
Ruben
I
and
don't want to pick a
Francis.
lineman. Ruben not starting.
Yeah, I think he probably gonna start.
I don't think so. We'll see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Ray Ray simply because I think Ray Ray is gonna by mid-season he'll be an integral special part of the offense, but I also think he'll be doing special teams. So that's where I'm gonna go.
Okay. Let's go
Yeah,
with matter of fact, I'll go, and then I'll leave it to Action Street. For me, offensive MVP, I'm gonna go with. You might think this is crazy, but I'm gonna go with Henry Parrish. I think
I can see it.
Henry Parrish is gonna do enough. Once again, we all hooked on Streeter's prediction. You know what I'm saying? Our running back's about to go crazy, so Henry Parrish is gonna be the guy to carry the rock for us. And then on defense, I'm gonna go with Leonard Taylor. LT gonna be that guy. I think he if they release him the way we want him to be released, he could be looking at a 7 to 9 sack season, and that'll be enough to get him to the league and maybe double digit tackle for losses. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. Let's go. Actually, we're gonna leave X for last, man. Street, man. Who you got offensive MVP? Oh, did I have to pick a freshman or did it matter?
Go ahead, pick. Go ahead. Might as well.
Uh, I'm going Ruben, man. I don't know. There's just something about him. I got. Maybe it's how he seemed like a 40-year-old man, but I think Ruben finna make a lot of noise this year. I think Ruben, at worst, and you can have me on record saying this, Ruben Bain at worst will be a third team All ACC player. At worst. So, Street, who you got, man? Offensive MVP, defensive MVP, and impact freshman. That's what we'll call it. Impact freshman. You muted.
Cheney. I go with Cheney offensive MVP.
Okay.
I think that story
I
would
like
be
it.
a great story, bro. I mean, yeah, I think that'd be a great story at the end of the day. And defense, I'm gonna take Najee Kelly. I think we see some of what we saw in practice last year.
Twan will be proud.
So we'll be proud. And freshman, man, I go with Ruben Bain, bro. I mean, I think after what we've heard from everybody saying Ruben Bain working hard, all the other freshmen, it's hard to not go with Ruben Bain.
All right. Last but not least, X, what you got, man? Offensive MVP, defense MVP, and impact freshman.
Offensive MVP. And y'all took all the names I could mention. So I'm gonna go with. I guess since Streeter said this is the route we going, I'm gonna go with Francis, the true freshman Francis.
Okay.
He'll be
Streeter, you don't flip the whole market, bro. Everybody bearish now. You don't flip the whole market.
Listen, man, I don't know what I'm saying. Listen, opinion, dog.
I still think it's gonna be 250 plus passing foot, but I go with the offensive line, the whole entire offensive line. I ain't just gonna say my friend, the whole entire offensive line.
Okay, that's fair.
Defensive MVP.
Corey Flag. You didn't want to say it.
Did anybody say Cam Kitchens? Because I heard James. I heard.
No, we were trying.
I passed on Cam. I ain't want to do the easy one.
We're taking the low road.
You done got my last hope, which was Najee, so I guess I'm gonna just say Cam. I'm gonna go with Cam.
That's fair. Impact freshman.
Francis. I mean, he's starting every play. He's gonna start every play. He's the impact freshman that's going to be from day one to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be a problem for us in the beginning.
Nah, he ready. He ready for college.
If this was circa 20, was that whenever Zion got here, that was a problem because he was 280 pound.
Yeah, they just two different individuals. Like
he
Francis, he's ready. He's ready. He's
I'm gonna say yellow.
Even in practice, the coaches be like, they don't even put nobody on his side to help him block at all. They just say he just takes the right side and nobody, you know what I'm saying, does anything. The only player I've heard that gave him problems is Ruben Bain so far. Like nobody else gives him any problem.
What you about to say, KB?
I'm gonna say yes, but it's not gonna be to our detriment. I don't think it's gonna kill us, but only because in the beginning, I think it's what Street trying to get at. It takes time for a line to gel. It ain't about Francis going 1-on-1 or not getting help. The line has to gel. You got freshmen next to a sophomore, next to a Rivers who's trying to get back his not next to a Rivers, but Rivers on the other side trying to get. I think at first the line may have its little cohesion problems at first. I don't think it's gonna doom us, but I don't think I think it's gonna give us 3, 4, 5 games before it comes solid. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be a couple of wires crossed.
His second game may be against Shamar Stewart or whoever else they recruited in that class on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. He a freshman tackle. I hope it work out for us. We might see Ja'Cory Brown early.
Oh,
Listen, have we ever had any seamless? Think about some left tackle freshmen that jumped on the scene and was like, have we
But
seen
he's on the right side, so it's a lot easier for the quarterback to look and see that rush coming, as opposed to him being on the left side.
Can we name any names? Any freshman right tackle started game one?
Penei Sewell, I'm pretty sure, at Oregon.
Who?
Penei Sewell at Oregon with Mario, right?
Okay, name another one.
Oh, it's not supposed to happen like that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's happening, but we got to really dig deep.
These answers sound really shady, though.
Alex Leatherwood, I'm pretty sure.
But he was at guard. He went to guard. He didn't start it.
It'd always be them same two names that you named.
What was the Evan Neal? He started.
Evan
Neal.
Central Henderson started.
Central Henderson started as soon as he got here. He came in late, but he got here. He started.
Yep.
Bro, that's how rare this is.
Eric Flowers, he started.
That's how rare this is.
Yeah, Eric Flowers started. He started as soon as him and Duke got to Miami. He started. They was the starters. It's rare. It's rare. But I just think that Francis guy, man, he's ready. He's ready. I mean, 2 offensive line coaches really, really trust him. Like they really trust him.
That's fair.
Ain't like they got much choice though.
Exactly.
Ain't like they got much choice. But
Matthew McQuarrie right now. What you mean? He got Matthew McQuarrie. Matthew McQuarrie was literally going to start if he didn't get hurt.
Would you bet your lunch money on Matthew McCoy if you just put him out there game one? You say, man, this dude gonna be the man from game one on. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the guy, nothing like that. I'm just saying it's tough, man.
I mean, from what I've seen with my eyes, I say Francis is ready. That's all I can say.
All right,
man. Again, I mean, not to drag this on, let me say this one real quick. It ain't about him and his one-on-one ability. They're gonna throw different looks at him, different disguises at him, and that's where the game comes when it comes to freshmen. You know what I'm saying? That's the game that they're gonna play with the freshmen. So it ain't about him being able to hold the block. It's him recognizing responsibility and all that kind of stuff. So, but I think he's gonna be still a super freshman though.
I think the additions we brought with Matt Lee and Javion Cohen and Arnett Cooper being able to identify is gonna help.
Yeah, it helps.
Legitimate talent, not Corey Gaynor.
And then another thing I do notice, and this has been a fact. IMG, the one thing they do a damn good job at is offensive line. They do a damn good job offensive line. The rest of the positions, but they always produce good offensive line. They come in college and be ready day one. And that's why I'm saying, like, he's ready. That guy ready, man. He ready.
All right, rapid fire, man. Last segment. We're going to get through this quick. I'm going to just call out a position group, maybe 2. Call out a name. Tell me who's going to be the leader of that group, stat leader, position leader, whatever type of leader you want. I'm going to just call it out and just go, all right? All right, starting with wide receiver, tight ends. KB, what you got?
Wide receiver tight end, since I already called Kobe Young my offensive MVP, that's the man that shall emerge as the alpha. I'm
Okay.
giving him double digit touchdowns. I'm giving him at the very least 8 to 900 yards. At the very least, I think he's gonna be a super stud, a potential first round pick. Maybe not this year, but I think down the line, because KB gonna have him right. At tight end, I just need to see a healthy Arroyo. We see a healthy Arroyo, we gonna get our flashes of tight end. Jeremy Shockey's, our Carolyn Winslow. He's gonna be another one. So I'm expecting big things from both of those groups. Of course, it's dependent on Tyler, but I'm expecting big things from both of those groups. X gonna have a lot of catches. Young will have a lot of yards and catches, and Jacoby is going to tear up a lot of shit. So
All right. X. Talk to me about the running backs who you got leading that room, emerging as the superstar out of there.
I think Cheney's gonna. I'm sticking with Cheney, man. I don't care. That's my guy. I'm sticking with Cheney. I think he'll get around 8 to 900. Um, Paris, around 700. Ajayi Allen, around 4. Um, Mark Fletcher, around like maybe 2, 3. Running back by committee. I think they're going to use them by committee to keep them all preserved for the 12 game long haul.
So on record, you got Don Chaney being the lead back in that room.
Don Chaney is my guy. He finna have one of those years, man, where you be like, oh shit, damn, that guy been in that backfield all along. He gonna have one of those years, man.
All right, let's talk about QB and O line. Who you got leading those units and emerging out of those units?
I mean, QB part is easy. TVD, the biggest part about the QBs is managing them, right? You got two guys behind TVD. TVD has a lot to prove. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't cross that 4 game threshold with any of those backups. So I'm interested in seeing how that management takes place. And I'm, of course, just like every other Kane fan, I'm interested in TVD stepping up and living up to the hype. As far as the guys in front that are blocking him, we've heard all about Matt Lee and how good he is. We heard about Cohen. We've heard about Maui Goa and how good he is. Um, now all we need, of course, is Okunlola step up with the playbook. That way we got 2 dancing bears at both sides of the offensive line. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what type of push they got because we got hungry backs. We want TVD to not be on his back. And, we want to make sure we manage the whole quarterback room by making sure that those guys are injury free. So I'm looking forward to seeing great offensive line play where our backs have holes, and our quarterbacks don't get injured, and then TVD got to go out there and lead.
Okay. Street, talk to me about this linebacker unit.
you on mute, Street.
Yeah, man. Stay on mute, man.
No, I think Francisco gonna lead the linebackers in tackle. I think he's gonna lead the team in tackles from what I'm hearing.
I don't know about dog Corey Flag.
Corey Flag behind. He finally got behind somebody. Did Wesley Bissett get his number?
Nah,
He's still 31.
He's still 31.
He's still 31. No, but I think Francisco gonna lead us, man. Followed by Wesley. But I also think Chase Smith is gonna get in this conversation. He's the one that showed flashes when he got in the game early in his career. And we forgot about him. He's been running around with a brace on his knee, but he's at full speed now. He's a big body. He's a big linebacker, something that we haven't had in a while. I think Chase Smith's name is going to get called like halfway through the season, kind of like what X said.
Okay. So Francisco, I would say
Francisco
leading it, but do you think Chase Smith gonna make some noise too? But
yeah,
with Wesley. No Corey Flag at all. No.
No, I think Francisco gonna lead us in tackles. Wesley first time starting. I think he's gonna show some fast. We'll see his speed. He'll be out there flying around. It's gonna look good. We'll see Wesley, but Francisco stats. I think is at the end of the day. Is gonna lead us in tackles.
Hey man, one time for my dog Curry Flight, man. If they don't believe in you, I do, man. Corey gonna believe in the second unit, man. Stop playing with my dog name. Anyway, um, X, let's go back to you, man. Talking about this D line, what you thinking on that side?
LT. I'm shit. It's kind of hard because you got Mesidor, LT, you got Dean, you got Najee Kelly, Ruben Bain.
And we got a new addition too. As of today.
Well, he's not going to be eligible to play this year. He's not going to be eligible to play this year.
Oh, so he's not eligible.
Yeah, he's not eligible to play this year. He'll have to sit out this year.
Oh.
So, but LT, and Najee Kelly. I think Najee Kelly's double-digit sack. LT can possibly get. I don't know how many tackles for loss. What's his name? Willis had when he was here. I think it was around like 20 plus, right? I think LT could have like a season like that. 20 plus 20 tackles for losses, maybe 5-6 sacks. He's going to be disruptive. So those two guys on the defensive line is just going to terrorize the quarterback. We can possibly get back into that form of 50 plus sacks, 20 plus turnovers. So 50 plus sacks with the D line. That's I'm saying LT and my boy Najee Kelly.
Oh my God, that boy had 18 tackles for loss. And that was the most since Calais Campbell in 2000.
Greg Willis.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me back down. I don't know if LT gonna have 20 plus. I would say 15 plus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's a record, but they said Calais had 20 and a half in 06.
Wow, that's a lot.
And 18 from him was the most he had in since 2006. He had 59 tackles as a redshirt senior, which is insane for a damn D tackle, and 4 sacks.
Yeah, so I'd say 15 plus tackles for loss, then 5 plus sacks for LT.
And mind you, he sat out his redshirt junior year.
Double-digit sacks for Najee Kelly.
Okay. I guess the last group would be DBs, and I mean that's my group. That's what I play. That's my position. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. I wholeheartedly expect Devontae Brown to be an all ACC type performer. I think James Williams is gonna make more of an impact as a Sam backer than a safety, but I think he's a chess piece. Like Stu always talked about, they're gonna move him all over the field. He's gonna be hard to he's gonna be what Isaiah Simmons was supposed to be at Clemson. No offense, Rich.
I'm taking.
Cam is Cam, and we've heard those in the group me have heard him say, his pops has said, shout out to his pops. He said when he got that 5 on, he a different player. Like that's the proverbial light switch that turns him into what he's supposed to be. So no more 24. I think he's gonna do something phenomenal. I could see him maybe either repeating 6 sacks. I mean, not 6 interceptions, or possibly getting 7 to 8. Just because he's a ball hawk and he can find the ball, and his defense is gonna just make it easier for him to make plays. Some of those interceptions he had last year were incredible. Just the angles he was taking on the ball and laying out and putting his body on the line for him, crashing the Tyreek Stevenson for like 2 or 3 of them. So I think he's definitely going to make an impact. Damari Brown, I don't know if I said this already, but Damari Brown is going to be an all ACC performer. Devontae is going to get meaningful snaps, but I don't think he's going to necessarily.
No, you got the name switched up.
Oh, Damari's the younger one.
Yeah, Damari's the younger one. Devontae is the older brother.
Devontae is going to be an all ACC performer. Damari is going to be he's going to play meaningful snaps. I could definitely see a situation where Corey takes a step. I don't know if it's going to be a step enough to get drafted, but I could see him becoming an undrafted free agent. Jaden and Porter are gonna be staples as far as playing those inside slots. I think that whole secondary is about to really show people what Miami's supposed to look like. I hate that they keep highlighting that it's Fort Lauderdale kids. You know what I'm saying? But as a Dade County guy personally, you know what I'm saying. But shout out to them, man. I think they're gonna do it real big, man. So
Hey man, let me look. Most of those kids are from Dade County. They just happen to migrate towards the Broward Fort Lauderdale area.
hey, appreciate that.
Don't do that. Don't
What
do
you mean
that.
don't do that?
Don't do
No, we
that.
gonna do
I
that.
ain't
We
gonna
gonna
let
do
you
that.
do it.
We
I ain't
gonna
gonna
do
let
that.
you do it.
I gotta stop
Okay.
always claiming our players. Like y'all trying to claim Jeremiah, y'all trying to claim JoJo. Those guys aren't from Broward. They from Opelika. Y'all try to claim James Williams. He from Opelika. Stop that. Y'all ain't gonna keep claiming
We
our players.
we ain't trying to claim him. He wanted to come be. He wanted to come be claimed. That's why he came through.
Nah.
We just
He
accepted
just
him, man.
no. Y'all stop claiming our
Look,
players.
X. Now you got to take our hospitality. Now don't do that.
I mean, y'all offered a better opportunity high school wise, but y'all ain't gonna keep claiming all our players. That's it.
Hey, we don't
We
need our
gonna, we
players.
gonna
We
end
got
it there.
our own. Don't do that. See, now you sounding like Luke.
Hey man, with that being said, man, great episode. Shout out to the Canes. Ek, you doing a tailgate?
I mean, it's AJ and them doing it this Friday. It's probably gonna be not as big as the following week, but you know, it'll be a little tailgate. So if they want to pop up, come get some food, they can.
Make sure y'all pop up in the whatever color light. It damn sure ain't orange no more. Yellow light, fuchsia,
It's
hot pink
it's
light,
it's blue. I think it's blue. They say it is.
blue light, whatever. It ain't no orange, no can color. But pull up, man. Go and get you. Well, you gotta pay. Probably gotta pay for the food, right?
Well, I don't know what they got going on this
Oh
week.
yeah, that ain't next.
Yeah, next week it'll be next week. Yeah, because it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So, but this week, I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
but
I, I would
anyway,
let everybody know if I get any information from those guys tomorrow. I let people know tomorrow.
okay. So be on the lookout on all socials, man. Appreciate y'all watching. Once again, don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Uh, last parting shots, man, before we get up out of here. Street, what you got?
I don't know, man. I'm excited to see football back, bro. Friday can't get here fast enough. Um,
Facts.
yeah, I stay locked in. The new Caneville YouTube is up. Make sure y'all watching, that you subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. Um, I'm ready
Shout
to
out to
go, man.
everybody that had followed too, by the way.
I know, right? It's getting up there. How many? 340 or something like
Every time I blink, it's like another 100 and hopped in there. So man, shout out to y'all, man. KB, what you got, man? That boy like you.
Nah, I'm good. My part in shots. Like I said, man, look, y'all like, subscribe. We got a lot of content we want to give y'all. We got to make sure y'all in place to do it. We can't just put stuff out there and then not having nobody come through and liking and subscribing. Got to get them algorithms going, man. But I'm like Street. I'm happy to see football. It's gonna be a lot of intriguing things out there. I'm like most of y'all. I don't want to be let down, so I'm gonna be out there rooting. If y'all go to the games, go out there, man. These freshmen are ready to see somebody. They want to see y'all, man. They out there calling for you. So go out there, support, go Canes.
Yes, sir. Rich, what you got, man?
My part and thoughts are very simple. It's the same thing. Football is back. We back. Um,
Hmm.
and we here. So we got 4 months of paradise, watching ball and talking about it. So let's go Canes.
On the spot question, Rich. What sideline you sitting on when Clemson come to Miami?
Sideline. That boy gonna be in the booth with
I know,
Wife.
man. What you talking about? They gonna roll out the red carpet for me. Nah, I'm just playing. Um, I'm just playing. Of course, I'm gonna be on the Kane sideline. Um,
He gonna be in a K sideline in his graduation gown.
let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. Wherever I can get some cheap tickets, that's where I'm gonna be.
There you
All right.
go.
All right. Y'all heard it here on here. You know what I'm saying? That boy, he ain't 10 toes down, man. That boy, what they got? They got $10 Clemson tickets? What? Anywho,
I know where I'm
anywho,
gonna be tailgating though.
here he go.
There you go.
Anyway, X man, last shots, man. What you got?
A football back, man. Thanks for y'all still being loyal fans, man. Coming over to this new page, this new channel. Continue support the team, Footballville, Caneville. Everything is still growing. What else? New Caneville gear. Got some new shirts coming. I mean, well, they out now. Go Canes, man. Football back. You know, I got 4 months of peace I can have away from these crazy women.
Yeah.
That boy done with Tootsies.
Yeah, well, no, I ain't automatic done, but you know, I'm no more yachts right now, man. It's too much. Let me out.
All right. Hey man, appreciate y'all watching, man. We out.